we've got some links being displayed through the use of our layout file. Now this works absolutely okay. The only issue now is that our layout file over time might start to grow, might start to get really big with a lot of logic and some additional JSX. So listing out all the individual links inside of here, well, just makes this component a little bit messy. So I think it would be a good idea to extract the set of links right here into a reusable component. We can call it a header component or something like that. So somewhere inside of our project, we need to create a new file that's going to contain this reusable component. There's two options we have available to us. First, we could create a new folder inside of the app directory called maybe components. And inside there, we can make a new file called header.tsx. We can then define our component inside of this file and then use it inside of the layout. But there's just one small issue with this. Technically, this would work out just a-okay, no issues whatsoever. But it does lead to a little bit of confusion. Remember, all the folders inside of our app directory that contain specifically a page.tsx file defines a route that a user can access. So if we have a ton of folders inside this app directory and we just glance at this list of folders, it's really hard for you and I as developers to understand which one of these contain a page.tsx file. And it becomes really hard for us, again, as developers, to understand what routes actually exist inside of our application. So a slightly better approach is to make all of your different route folders inside that app directory, because remember the app folder is very special, and then any other folder that we might need to store components or data, utilities, or whatever else, better placed inside the src directory. Because now it's really easy for us to glance at the contents of the app directory and understand the different routes that our application must have. And it's really easy for us to look at all the folders besides the app directory, like these down here, and understand that, okay, this must contain components, this must have data, utilities, and so on. So rather than making this app components folder, I'm going to create the components folder instead inside of the src directory. So I'm going to drag and drop it out there like so. Now I've got src app and src components. And it's really easy for me to open up the app directory, again, understand what routes probably exist inside my application. All right, so now inside of our components header.tsx file, at the very top, I'm going to import link from next/link. I'll then export default a component called header. And to save a little bit of typing, I'm going to go back over to my layout.tsx file. I'm going to find the div that contains those links. I'm going to cut that entire div out and paste them into the header component, making sure to put in a return keyword as well. All right, there's our header component. So now back over inside of layout, at the very top, I will delete the link import and replace it with import header from up one directory components header. Then down here inside the body element, I'll put in my header. I'll then save this. Let's flip back over as usual, and everything is still working as expected. Very good.